Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our next revision strategy, beefing up your sentences using strong verbs. Question: do your verbs resemble, like this comic, a 90-pound weakling? If so, it's time to get them to the gym, beef them up, and make your sentences strong. Let me introduce you to today's guest speaker. Hi, my name is Ben, your sentences personal trainer. I'm going to bump up your sentences in 2 ways. And well, what are those 2 ways, Sven? 1, eliminate weak verbs. 2, replace weak ones with strong verbs. Oh, thanks, Sven. Sven, are you okay? Yeah, let's just get started with getting rid of your weak, flabby verbs and replacing them with beefy, strong verbs. So, using weak verbs in a sentence is like beating someone with a wet noodle like this pasta guy does. It's just not very effective. Be afraid, prepare for your licking. That doesn't matter. So, let's go back first. Before we look at these weak verbs, what is a verb? Remember, every sentence must have at least one verb. Verbs express action or states of being, events, etc. So, what are the verbs in the following sentences? Derek drove to the ground as the bullets whizzed overhead. What's the verb there? A couple of them. Dove and whizzed. Francesca loved her teddy bear until it fell apart. Loved and fell. I will give you the package tomorrow. What's the verb here? Will give. And we were stunned when we heard the news. Were stunned, and also heard's a verb there. These last 2 here are verb phrases, and that's something to keep in mind that we'll look more at as we go on. So what are weak verbs? Well, that guy. But weak verbs don't show action. Action is what we want, that information, right? For example, were, is, are, was, would have been, could have been, should have been, had been, will be. These are weak verb phrases at the end, those first 4. You throw in am, is, are, was, were. Those are all weak verbs. In contrast, strong verbs show action, such as explode, or punch, or this ball is bouncing across the screen. Also looking at, what is that guy doing? He's flying, and that guy is roasting a marshmallow. Oh, that's a girl. An important note, just because verbs contain these doesn't mean they also can't be strong verbs. Let's have a look. We were hoping for a snow day, or wishing, or praying. Daniel is asking, begging, pleading his boss for a raise. I should have been practicing for the show instead of shopping. Well, we will be looking for a replacement player this summer. I was watching TV when the doorbell rang, right? These sentences have helping verbs. That's what those weak verbs are being used as. And if you're using those as helping verbs and you have another verb there that is showing that action, then you're going to be okay. Some other examples here. Tara is afraid of spiders. I could have been more careful with who I trusted. Sheila will be sorry when she finds out. The defendant was guilty. We are so tired of eating tuna casserole. Sarah was surprised to find the flowers in the kitchen. These verbs, again, are weak. They just stand alone, and there's an adjective, afraid, behind them, careful. They don't have a verb after them, so the verbs are weak. And if we can make those verbs strong, our sentences will shine. Some other examples here. Oh, Sven's back to tell us a few things. Sven, check out how weak and out of shape these sentences are. Thanks, Sven. Mummifying your cat is a great way to forever preserve an old friend. The sentence is as dry as me. Bring it back to life. Okay, cat. So, where's the verb? Is. How can we adjust that? Mummifying your cat forever preserves an old friend. We move some things around. We put a verb, preserves, that has some excitement. And what's the cat say? Ah, much better. Now I don't have to put a curse on you in which you will smell like kitty litter all of your days. Well, thanks, cat. I appreciate that. One of those wild things about Sheila is her collection of zebra print pants. Now, these pants may be hot, but that sentence lacks actions. We got to get rid of the weak and add some strong verb pizzazz. So the weak verb is, exactly right, is. Get rid of it. Sheila's collection of zebra print pants shows her wild side, displays her wild side, right? That's what we're looking for. The aliens were not impressed with the human brain, blah, blah, blah. laughed at the human brain, mocked the human brain, chortled at the human brain, right? Look at this. Oh, Sven, what do you got to say? These verbs were bad, very bad, but some weak verbs can practically stop the heart of your sentences. It is, it was, it will be, there is, there are, there was, there were, there will be, there could be. These fatty foods go and they strangle the heart of your sentences. Help! Save me, strong verbs! Save me! Those bland, weak verb phrases lack any action at all. Here they are again. These must be eliminated. Let's look at some examples. There is a myth that cows can be tipped over while they are sleeping. It is, however, not true. So each of these sentences has one of those terrible phrases, and there's a tipped cow who looks wide awake to me, to be honest. But these sentences are utterly boring, but there's no crying over spilled milk. Improve them by taking out the weak and putting in the strong. It's a replacement. Take out the weak. A myth exists. We have a much more informative verb exists. That people can tip over cows while they are sleeping. Scientists have debunked this theory, however. Notice here, too, we know who is doing it. Scientists, not it. Scientists. That's more detail, going back to that previous revision strategy. All right, another example here. There was actually a study done on cow tipping. The study found that there are 2 reasons that cow tipping is nearly impossible. Find the verbs. There was, there are. Blah. Get rid of them. Scientists actually studied cow tipping. Again, we go from not really having a detailed subject to slightly more detail. We could have gone even more detailed if we said the Journal of Bovine Antics studied cow tipping. They uncovered 2 reasons cow tipping is nearly impossible. So again, more detail, more strong verbs. All right? So, who's this guy? Oh, Sven. You going to tell him something, Sven? Your sentences are really firming up, but we're not done yet. There are some more weak verbs to cut out of your diet, so start working up a sweat. I hope he is not talking to me. I like it here on the sofa. Of course I'm talking to you, couch potato. Get moving or get down and give me 15 push-ups. Oh, well, I better do what Sven says. He sounds angry. So couch potato gets in a bike, beefs up his sentences, and that's great. And we got to look at these. To be can often add unnecessary weight to your sentence. For example, to be is something that should only be used when it's necessary, absolutely necessary. I want to be a mailman when I grow up. Notice the verb in that sentence is want. I want. I desire. Those are the verbs, and those are strong. So putting to be in here is fine. But if to be is not necessary, you need to remove it. And let's look at some examples of that. Most children find clowns to be frightening. We can just get rid of, first of all, let's get rid of these frightening clowns. Just get rid of to be. Most children find clowns frightening. To be is just unnecessary verbiage. Babe Ruth is considered to be one of the best baseball players in history. Again, unnecessary. Look for those places that are unnecessary. Get rid of them. Fred continued to be obsessed with Star Wars even after his girlfriend dumped him because of it. First of all, Fred, stay strong. Star Wars over girl. Make that choice every time. Secondly, get rid of to be. Fred's obsession with Star Wars continued even after his girlfriend dumped him because of it. Notice in this one, we had to adjust the phrasing a little bit. We couldn't just remove, or it would have sounded awkward. Fred continued obsessed with Star Wars. It sounds awkward, but we move the words around a little bit, and it makes a whole lot of sense. All right. We really worked up a sweat. You have now learned how to whip your sentences into shape and make them lean and mean. Let's do one more workout together to practice your skills. In the following instances, remove weak and weak verb phrases and replace them with strong verbs. All right, Sven, here we go. It is really a shame Americans don't get as much vacation time as Europeans do. How can we correct this? Well, first things first, find the verb that's weak. It is. Unfortunately, Americans don't get as much vacation time as Europeans. Notice we're using one of our sentence patterns here, the introductory pattern. Authentic pizzas and bagels are the things I miss about New York. Where's the weak verb? Are. I miss New York's authentic pizza and bagels. Now, don't forget Chicago's really got the right style of pizza, but I can understand missing a good New York bagel. There's something really appealing about pirates. Where's the weakness here? There is. Pirates really appeal to people. That's true. To be accepted by that sorority, a woman must be pretty and rich. Get rid of to be. That sorority only accepts pretty and rich women. Playing Twister at parties is a really fun activity. Is boom, playing, awesome. So I'm going to go through these next ones real quickly. You can pause it if you want, or you can just kind of work them on your own, which would be good mental workout for you. All right, what do you got? Those are some killer workouts. Now all you need is a delicious strong verb protein shake to help recover grammar muscles. Oh, that's a great idea, Sven. Oh, good. There's the thing. You put your strong verbs in the blender there. Oh, that looks really sharp. Put the top back on. Thanks, Sven. You're welcome. Oh, ooh, that looks good. Drink up and be ready. You hit the gym tomorrow or Monday or whenever you end up doing that in class. All right. I know, Sven, if I didn't exercise, I can't maintain my stunning physique. I have to keep active. Oh, look at him rollerblading. Goodbye, couch potato. Bye. So, for strong verbs, quick little recap. Verbs want to show action. Make sure weak verbs that don't give us any extra information are eliminated, and you put in the strong verbs. I know I went through this one pretty quickly. Make sure you get all that note sheet filled out because there's a lot of examples that I just breezed through, and I want to make sure you're able to do those on your own. Thanks to Sven for helping out. You're welcome, and I'll see you next time.